Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think you'll have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so right, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh I knew it's you, yeah, boy.
Hey family, how is everybody doing? It's nice to see you guys in the house. Zena's in the house. Lisa's in the house. Lisa Calhoun. We got Miss Philly G, Nancy LaRose, Lisa Calhoun. We got Soldier Girl. We got, let me see, Sanja, Ruby Turner. How you doing, Ruby? Ruby's in the building, you guys. How's everybody doing? And we got Curl Small. I see you, Curl. She's in the house. You guys, we're just going to come on here. I had a phone call that I was on, and we were talking about all kinds of stuff. But somebody reached out to me today. I think it was Zan, and she was telling me, she was like, "Hey, you know that there's a whole bunch of kids came up missing in the Ohio area, Cleveland. I think it's Cleveland. You guys know I got family down there in Cleveland. Let me tell you something. People think Cleveland, you don't hear a lot about Cleveland, you know, or Ohio, just basically Ohio, but it is not as popular as you guys want it to be as far as a good place to live and things of that nature. Matter of fact, the part of my family that stays in that area, they're pretty much, I hate to say it, but like, hey, Lisa Taylor, how you doing? And Diane, how you doing? They're in that type of business in the streets like that. So, uh, yep, I got a set of brother twins that live down there. Actually, two set of brother twins that live down there, and a whole bunch of brothers that's down there in Cleveland. You guys will probably never get to meet them or whatever. Half of them's in prison. Anyway, she reached out to me. That's Zan, woke to God, and she tells me that there is 30 kids came up missing in Cleveland in 2 weeks. Okay. Now, what's significant about that? They all black kids. I don't want this channel to be a race type of thing going on, but I even searched some other stuff and I said, well, why is that so significant? Because Texas, they had 41 missing kids in 1 month, and they're all black. They're saying some of them is runaway, but majority of them is good kids that they don't run away. They just vanish. And she pointed something out to me, and I want to share this with you. I know what the thumbnail looks like on the thumbnail. I wasn't trying to get a whole bunch of people all up in here, and you know what I'm saying, and people we don't know, things of that nature. Right now, it's laid back because a lot of things is going on right now in my life. You guys know, you don't see my face for a reason because, most of the time I'm upstairs now, but I'm getting ready to go back downstairs. But I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm drained. I'm working hard and trying to get things right. And Diesel, something's going on. He's shaking his head so much. So I'm thinking something done got in his ear and he can't get it out. So I gotta, as soon as I get off of here, I'm making him a doctor's appointment. And I'm gonna have to tell the doctor we're gonna have to put him to sleep because he's not gonna let you look in his ears. But we gotta find out why is he shaking his head so much, because he's shaking his head like whatever it is he can't get out. So, anywho's, so that's been on my mind. We had a car down, we got it up and running, so that's good. I went to my first class, and it's a problem in itself because I wanted a hands-on, face-to-face kind of a class where I can turn my assignments in and everything is online. So now I'm looking at that. I haven't moved up any points since last time I've been on here. Is in my math. I'm still at a 51, trying to hit a 70. Haven't hit it. I'm still 51. So I'm just letting you guys know, it's busy. These allergies. My bully have it bad too. Oh, really? So you think it's okay? So I shouldn't take him to the vet? It's just allergies? I don't know. I don't know, you guys. I'm feeling some kind of way, like something must be in his ears, Diesel needs his ears clean, but let the doctors do it. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to call the doctor and Thank you. Thank you, Miss Philly G. It shouldn't cost that much to get in there and check it out. Maybe allergies or something else. Yeah, we're going to check it out because when I call him, he seems like he hears me, but he doesn't hear me as good as he used to. And it's not like there's a wax buildup that I can get to because I clean his ears. I've got these hand wipes, these wet wipes to clean his ears. And so I clean his ears, but they do say that those type of dogs do collect a lot of stuff and you got to keep their ears clean. I've never had to take him to the vet. All right. Brown Sugar, how you doing? Best to take him to the vet. Okay. And if she tells me that it's just his allergies, I am going to make that phone call today. I told you guys just the other day, I told you my card is compromised again and there's all kind of stuff was going on. And that's usually what happens when you're going forward with something. That's when everything comes at you and say, hey, focus on me. And I'm like, no, I'm going to focus on what I'm doing. And I'm all over the place. But trust and believe, we'll get her done. I got a home girl. And, been knowing her, almost 15, 20 years. She going to help me out, So she say, we'll see. I believe, she can because she's smart as a whip, She done took the class before. I'm not too good with all this technology stuff. I'm pretty sure I figured out by the time I figured out class be over with. I'm the oldest person in the class. I just want you guys to know you're never too old to go to school. But anyway, you guys, let's talk a little bit about because she sent me this, and I want to talk about these dozens of kids, okay? This is what it says. Nearly 30 children reported missing in Cleveland during the first 2 weeks of May. Dang, this is June now, but just May was last month. So 30 kids, it's probably more than 30. But it says nearly 30 children. So it's really 27. So I got the actual number. Children have gone missing in Cleveland in the first 2 weeks of May in its extraordinary surge of disappearance in the area, official says. The Cleveland police said 27 kids has been reported missing between May the 2nd and May the 16th. Okay? Chief John warns that the disappearance have reached an unprecedented level in 2023. There are always peaks and valleys when it comes to missing children or people, but this year it seems like it's an extraordinary year. They say that the board president of the Cleveland Missing nonprofit group told the news that for some reason in 2023, they have seen a lot more than normal, which is troubling in parts because they don't know what's going on with some of these kids, whether they're being trafficked or whether they're involved in gang activity or drugs. But noted that a majority of these cases are runaway. So majority of these cases, they're runaways. They're trying to say they're runaways. Okay? But he fears some of the teenagers could have been victims of predators who he liked to wolves in cheap clothing. So it's raising awareness that the disappearance is troubling them. Many times there are a lack of photos of these kids, of the victims, and that, in fact, that many of these cases go largely unnoticed by the public because we want to say, oh, that's a child that gets into trouble. You know what I'm saying? So it's a silent crime, just like the silent death is like heart attacks and high blood pressure. It's a silent crime. By the time, remember when a whole bunch of kids came up missing in Atlanta and they was like, oh, they run away. Nobody didn't take it serious because it was a whole bunch of black kids. But come to find out, somebody had anger in their heart and was just taking all these kids. Now, they're not really saying that these are all black kids. So that's something, and I'm pretty sure that's what they told me. It was the black kids, but they're not saying that right here, and I don't see that. But the problem is, where are they? Where did they go? They can be in a drug house or farmed out for prostitution. So they're looking for all of these kids. And remember, there's this group that says, "Where are you?" or "We're coming to get you." There's a group that just recently found 250 something missing children. And it took them, I think they said, I can't remember. If you guys remember, we were talking about that. She says, "SP, I'm making it by the grace of God. How are you and everyone?" I'm good. I miss talking with you all. I see the hellos. Yes, Brown Sugar, I miss talking to you. And I got a girlfriend that usually come in here. Her name, Marge. I haven't seen her in a while. I wonder how she's doing. That's been on my mind too. So I want you guys to know, pray for her. Keep her in your hearts, in your prayers. The epidemic of missing children in our countries need a spotlight. It needs our focus. We hope operations like this sharpens. So what the group that they're talking about, let me go up. That located some of these kids. I can't remember. Toledo, that's where Braylon's from. Remember Braylon? Where are you? I think that's the group's name. So they're saying Sylvia, who founded Cleveland's Missing after her teenager cousin was abducted in 2004, urged families to take these cases seriously and to work through the trauma of the disappearance to save runaways and kidnapping children. Every family's experience is different, but there are some things that are the same for everybody. It's belief, blame, questions like, what did we do wrong? Did we miss something? Oh my God, how are we going to find this person? Okay, so they're saying as the days progress and becomes a case that's not solved after a couple of months, 2 years to 3 years, life happens too, she added. Then you have this guilt of continuing to press forward and live your life while continuing to search. Tina says, "Oh, Tina. Well, I called. I think I called you, but I didn't. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. I know we talked about that. You guys keep Tina in your prayers. She lost her aunt. So everybody's going through some things right now. So anyway, whoa, I'm sad. Sad for you. So, what can we do about things like this? You guys, I understand. Everybody got a life, right? You guys remember we used to walk early in the mornings? This is just like walking early in the morning. Don't think nothing more to it or less to it or whatever. When we want to bring up the channel, we'll bring up the channel to fast speed and all this other stuff. Sometimes you got to slow it down, count your chickens, slow it down. You don't want just any and everything. You don't want people coming in here and they want to argue and holler and scream and cuss people out and call people names. That is not what we want. We are a collective family that's been coming in here and we can share things and we feel better. We not alone. You know what I'm saying? When I didn't have no one to talk to because my mother's gone, can't tell my kids everything. I can always come in here and say, "Hey, you guys, I'm going through this." Not trying to tell you my whole business, but sometimes you guys just seeing you coming in here, I could say something and I may not have to tell you the whole story. You know how I feel. So, when I lose somebody in my family or a family member in here, lose somebody, you guys, you're the greatest. You're the greatest. You are. Um, you don't know what that person needs, especially when holidays come. People call me and they're feeling some kind of way because such ain't talking to them or they ain't seen the kids, and this person mad and all this other stuff. I had 4 conversations with people the other day. And I'm kind of a little bit in my feelings for a reason because did y'all know that today is Harmony's birthday? Oh, I just seen her. I just seen her face today, Tina. I just looked at Harmony's face Actually, on Harmony's thing that they posted is these are the children that they found dead. And they had Harmony's picture up there. And I was like, but Harmony haven't been found yet. So how is, and I think I took a picture of it. Let me see if I can find it. And let me see if I can find it, because I just went over that. Children that are found dead. Oh my God. A woman and 2 kids found dead in Fremont home. What the heck? Neighbors shaken after a woman, 2 children found dead inside Fremont apartment. A makeshift memorial grew late Monday outside a Fremont apartment complex as detectives search inside for clues in the gruesome slaying of a woman and her 2 children. Dang. Officers arrived at about 1 p.m. on a call from the Victoria Park apartment complex on 400,000 Inglewood, common to the city Irvington neighborhood. The officers entered an apartment and found a woman dead along with 2 deceased juveniles. Due to the sensitivity of the investigation, no additional details have been released. Oh my God. They ain't saying too much about that. Oh, they were saying something right there. I should do. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find a video of what they're saying. Inside to discover a woman and 2 children were found dead inside a home in Fremont. Fremont police and firefighters responded about 1 p.m. to an apartment. The first responders arrived at the home and entered the unit where they located the deceased woman, 29, and 2 children. Authorities said both of the children, a boy and a girl, were under the age of 10. Their identities have not been released. Wow. Detectives are investigating the circumstances around the death. They are also working to determine the relationship between the 29-year-old woman and 2 children. Police believe the woman lived at the apartment. The police lieutenant said investigators are trying to paint a picture on what happened earlier today and what happened in the lives of these individuals prior to today. He has asked neighbors to turn over any evidence like cell phones, footage, or ring videos that may be of value of the investigation. Though authorities are not searching for a suspect in the case and the incident does not pose a threat to the community, the coroner will determine the case of the death and manner of the death. Well, if they're not looking for nobody, it's crazy. It's getting bad, you guys. I'm trying to think. A body of a man reported missing in 2021 recently found in a barrel. Father of a baby who died in a maggot-infested diaper sentenced to life. A Florida dad who raped a 1-year-old daughter posted video on dark web gets 70 years. Oh, you guys remember that. So there's a video out showing a woman raped in River North while security guards stood by and watched. I don't know what's going on with this world. I mean, it just goes, mother of a 16-year-old killed at Enoch Park speaks out. It just goes and goes and goes. This is why sometimes I have to get away from this, because it shows me everything that I don't. I saw two disturbing stories. The most heinous, 112 and 14 killed mother over cell phone. 1 and 12-year old and 14 killed mother over cell phone. Oh my God. Let me see. Yeah. Let's see what they say here. Let's see.
At about 1 o'clock this afternoon, the bodies were found on Inglewood Common near Walcott Drive. That's in the city's Irvington neighborhood. Our Janet Katsuyama joins us now live at the scene.
12 and 14.
Jana, I know you're just now getting on the scene. I'm sure that authorities are remaining a bit tight-lipped about their investigation, but what can you tell us so far?
Well, they're still here after 5 hours at this apartment complex. And if you take a look behind me, you can see that there is a lot of yellow tape here. They are really trying to keep people away from this area where they said they got that call at 1 o'clock. Now, police say that when they arrived, they found 3 people dead inside an apartment. There was an adult woman and 2 young juveniles, and police just this hour told me that it was a girl and a boy, somewhere under the ages of 10 years or younger. They are still investigating to confirm the relationship between the children and the woman. The police called in their investigators who've been basically examining evidence and created a perimeter around the apartment. Here's what the lieutenant had to say about the next steps.
Speaking to witnesses, speaking to family members or friends, trying to paint a picture on what happened earlier today and what happened in the lives of these individuals prior to today. Obviously we'll be working with the coroner's office to determine a cause and manner of death. Any kind of evidence like cell phone video or ring video, we've asked the public if they have any video of the area to please make that available to detectives upon request.
Now, one thing I want to note is I was talking to some of the police officers, and they say they are using a scanning device to create basically a 3D image of the apartment area, both outside as well as inside, where they found those 3 people dead. And they said they're going to use that as part of their investigations. Again, as we mentioned earlier, they are not looking for a suspect, and they don't believe that there is any threat to the general public. Police say that the woman does appear to have been a resident of the apartment here. And right now, it's just a very sad thing, something which one of the officers mentioned was very difficult for some of the police officers entering in and seeing those children there inside. But still a lot of questions that they're trying to answer. And the coroner's office has been called out here. They are conducting their own investigation, and we'll bring you any updates and details through the evening and coming up on kvvu.com and the 10 o'clock news.
All right, Jana, one of those questions being a potential relationship between the 3 people, the 3 victims. Do we know anything about how they might be connected?
They are still trying to figure that out, Heather. And, this is a difficult situation because they said they got a phone call. They're trying to figure out who it was who had called them initially. But it sounds like it was somebody who came up into the scene and saw these 3 people. So definitely, they're trying to do their due diligence and make sure that they cover every single possible bit of evidence before they make a public announcement.
Yeah, as you mentioned, this investigation is still in its early stages. All right, Janet Katsuyama.
Okay. Well, they're not going to tell you nothing right now. They can't even release the kid's name. And it's weird because you would think it was going to be like suicide, like she took the kids out and then took herself out, mental illness, something of that nature. Or a boyfriend, a girlfriend, something of that. Probably went in there and just took everybody out. But while they're saying they're not looking, they don't have no suspects or anything of that nature. But I did come across something I wanted to share with you guys. Like, and this is way off topic, but it's just, let's just keep in mind. I even ran across in Mexico. Everybody know Mexico, that we don't go to Mexico. I'm just saying. I might get in trouble for saying that, but we're not going to Mexico. They just found 45 bags of bodies in Mexico. Just body parts. 45 bags of body parts in Mexico. Unfreaking believable. People are dropping off dead people in Mexico. Yeah. Lisa said, what? Yeah, I don't know where it came across, and some of this stuff. Oh wow, this is gonna hit. Newborn baby found dead outside of Fort Worth home. Police looking for the mother. A Florida mom shot dead after neighbors feuded over children playing. Beautiful, beautiful woman. That Fremont mom killed 1-year-old, 4-year-old in murder-suicide. Oh, they're saying it's a murder-suicide, you guys. They're saying it's a murder-suicide. Well, she says Fremont mother killed a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old in murder-suicide. What the heck is going on? Woman who threw her 2 young kids off Portland Bridge dies in prison. Australian mother pardoned after 20 years in prison over death of her 4 children. Oh, they're letting these people out. Police search for suspects after Sunnyvale, Texas shooting leaves 1 dead, 4 injured, including children. Mother killed herself, 2 kids in the Bay Area. What the heck is going on? Official woman in prison for throwing her 2 young children in underground. I remember her. I read about the lady getting killed in Florida. I thought that, hey, you guys. So, here it is. Woman and 2 children found dead. Woman and 2 kids found dead. Neighbor shaking after this. They still mother and 3 children among 7 dead. Oh my God. In Oklahoma. Mother and 3 children among 7 dead. Okay. Woman, 2 children found dead. Woman, 2 children is dead. Anyway, this is crazy. This is crazy. They need Jesus. People can't cope. No, they can't. They cannot. So the one young lad that was in the river, they finally found his body in the river. They've been looking for him. They found him 3-month-old dead, 6 kids found alone at caregiver's apartment. The heck? We should have been on that. 3 missing kids found dead in Texas. Texas is something else. Philadelphia police revealed the identity of child found dead inside. Shows the boy found dead in a box in Philadelphia. Cute little boy. Godly. Louisiana child found in bucket on mother's front lawn. This is it right here. 1 child found dead, 1 missing on Kings River near Fresno. That's the one they just found him. They just found him. Mother's boyfriend charged in death of 3-year-old found. 2 kids found dead in a box. This just happened. This just happened. Okay. So if you want the new news, bodies of children found in a box, I'm going to share with you right now. And then I'll try to find the Mexico thing. I've got a thing right here that I know what I was looking for. I wanted to share that with you, but it says 2 siblings aged 8 and 6 years old who were missing since Tuesday afternoon from the Beltley House home were found dead in a wooden box, which police said could have happened after the kids hid there during a game and got locked inside. Okay, the police have ruled out foul play and termed it accidental asphyxia. There was no injury on the bodies. A resident said the bodies of the children identified as Naria and Sister Artia were discovered between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. Tuesday. According to the police, they got a PCR call regarding the bodies of two children laying in an old wooden box inside a house in Jogo. A police team rushed to the spot and the bodies were taken to the hospital for post-mortem. The kids used to live with their parents. Their father works as security guard. Deputy Commissioner of Police said an inquiry revealed that the police had lunched at 3 p.m. with their parents and were not seen after 3:30 p.m. After not finding their kids, the parents, along with other children, started searching for them and later found them in the box. A police source said the crime team has confirmed that there was no injury to the body. It seemed to be a case of accidental. Okay, the police said the family is from Nepal. Cops suspect that the children may have been playing hide and seek when they hid inside the box, which they were unable to reopen and come out. They were probing other angles as well, but that's the latest on that. So let me go ahead and here they're talking about Taylor, the one that was found in the wash machine. Three children under the age of 9 are found dead in Texas pond. Three children killed, 2 wounded. Oh my God! From the North Carolina woman, children found dead. Want answers. Here's the family of a Winston-Salem mother and 3 children who were found dead inside their home from gunshot wounds. I know somebody lives there. That's why that one popped up. But anyway, let me go on and let me try to find Texas. I'm sorry. Let me go back. Mexico fined 45 bags of body parts. 45 bags containing human remains with characteristics matching 7 missing call center staff has been discovered. Hold on. Let me read this again. 45 bags. We had another shooting at a school in Richmond. It was a graduation shooting. Oh, saw a video. Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to read you guys this stuff, but dang, where did that go? 45 bags containing human remains with characteristics matching 7 missing call center staff has been discovered in a suburb of Guadalajara, according to the state prosecutor's office in Jalisco. Mexican authorities find 45 bags of body parts outside of Jarajo. I want to see what's going on there. They're just, oh my God. Mexican forensics experts were working Thursday to identify human remains found at least 45 bags discovered. Authorities discovered the sealed black plastic bags on Tuesday during a search for 7 young employees of a local call center. So they was looking for 7 young employees of a local call center who went missing in late May. Testing is expected to show whether the remains, which authorities said are from both male and female victims, are those of the employees. A helicopter was assisting firefighters and police to the difficult task of extracting the bags from the steep terrain. The operation could last several days. The bags were apparently tossed into the charm about 120 feet deep from a forest overlooked on the northern fringe of. They just tossed them in a big old crate hole. Hey, woke the God, I see you in the building. Natasha, how you doing? So apparently the kidnapping of the call center workers, 5 men and 2 women, has stunned them. The second most populous city. The missing workers were in their 20s, and 30s, authorities said. The head of Mexico Ministries of Security told reporters that a preliminary investigation indicated that the workers were involved in some type of fraud and telephone extortion. But the sister of one of the workers said that her brother was selling vacation packages at the call center. The news of the bags filled with body parts came as thousands descend on the city of Guadalajara International Film Festival, a week-long event that kicks off Saturday and draws vacationers and visitors from across the globe. Mexico, plagued by organized crime and drug cartels, have been suffering a decade-long epidemic of disappearance. Some 110,000 people have been listed as officially missing, according to the government figures. The state of Jalisco leads with some 15,000 reported disappeared. The case of the call center employees recalled for many a gruesome episode from 2018 when 3 film students in Colorado went missing, sparking a large-scale protest in the city. Police later said that the 3 were beaten, killed, and their bodies discovered in acid. Officials linked the murders to organized crime. Jalisco State is home turf of a number of criminal, including the new generational cartels among Mexico, fast and growing and most violent. Well, let me see. The native of the Bronx is a graduate. Let me see if they're going to say anything else. That's all they're saying about it. He definitely was a hero. So you guys, so the reason why they were looking for these kids, 7 young people came up missing, and I guess they was doing some kind of fraud things. You know how you get these phone calls, hey, we're calling, whatever. Let me tell you right now, be very slow to give your card number to anybody, even if they got your password to your computer. They can get your card number. So, you know, I'm seeing this was like 6 days ago. So I'm seeing if there's any. Okay, here's 17 hours ago. So the human remains found, 45 bags are missing, call center staff Mexico confirms. The human remains found in 45 bags discovered in a suburb belong to call center workers who went missing in May. So they done verified it. Said Tuesday it tested had confirmed that the remains belonged to the missing workers and said the next of kin had been informed. However, it did not specify whether remains from all 7 of the missing workers were in the bag. The 7 workers disappeared from the metropolitan area sometimes after May the 20th. The search for them took a gruesome turn last week when bags containing human body parts was found in the Raven and this, that, and the other. Said last Tuesday that initial investigation suggested the workers might have been involved in some type of real estate fraud and telephone extortion. CNN cannot independently verify the security claims Mexico has been troubled by the epidemic of disappearing with more than 100,000, more than 15,000 bodies has been found in Jalisco State since 2018. Official figures show, according to the Office of the Jalisco Special Prosecutors for Missing Children, 291 bodies were discovered in 2019. 544 bodies were discovered in 2020. 280 bodies in 2021, and 301 bodies the following year. So far in 2023, there has been 147 bodies have been found. In March, after 4 Americans were kidnapped in Mexico, resulting in the death of 2 of them, Mexico President Andre, you guys remember when those Americans went over there and said they were going over there to get a BBL, and people were saying they was going to go get a BBL. That's what they was going over there for. Now, let's see. I already told you that was not true. So, Mexican police, Andre, argues that Mexico is a safer country than the United States. I beg to differ. I would not want to be in Mexico. He gonna say that Mexico is safer country than the United States. You guys, I cannot make this up. I did not know that's what he was gonna say. So the president, Andres Manuel Lopez, argues that Mexico is a safer country than the United States. Kidnapping and human trafficking are also not unusual in parts of Mexico, particularly in border areas. In Mexico, all over, homicide rate is among the highest in the world. But they say that they better than the United States. See, I'm going to tell you something. And it's funny, but we'll laugh about it. Soldier Girl says, oh, wow, cartel will outlive you if you get lost. So how is that true? Yeah. We don't hear, like, you get mad at somebody, you can take them out to eat and get into an argument and fight, but they don't. I mean, every now and then they may kill the whole family. You've got people that's got some things going on with their head, and they will take out some people. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys a little story real quick, okay? You guys got a little bit of time. Just bear with me for a minute. So, I work at this facility, and it's not a nursing home. People want to say it's a nursing home. It's not, you guys. It's more of a psych facility. That's basically what it is. Like 95% of our residents or patients, they have something going on in their mind. You know what I'm saying? So there was a lady that actually ran this facility, and her own child was at this facility. She was so scared of this child, she put him in the facility that she ran. She was the DON. This is before my time, okay? So anyway, I'm just sharing this with you because you got to know how dangerous sometimes where you are. Like, people may think, oh, you go to work, it's all cream and cookie and cake, whatever. You never know what you're dealing with. So anyway, she was so scared of her own son, she put him in this facility because, she didn't know what he would do. Well, I do get into it with some residents some of the time. Not all the time. I'm not like everybody else out there. I excluded myself from that. Why? Because I try to treat people with kindness. I give them what they want. It's nothing. They're not asking me for my car or give me your money. They're like, hey, would you take me out so I can smoke? So we have this enclosed area, and it's wall to wall of cement, so you can't climb out of it, but it's on the inside. Like, even the people outside can't see you because the facility goes into a circle. So we take them out in the middle of the circle, and it's grass and it's a tree and there's benches they could sit, they could smoke, and they can talk to each other and this and that and all this other stuff. So that's where they will smoke at. So we can take them out anytime. But anyway, the lady that used to run this place, that had her son in there, She was so scared of her son that she put him into this facility. And so he stole the narcotic box at one particular time. This is what I was told. And she didn't believe it. She was like, no, that wasn't my son. It was somebody else because they found it in somebody else's room. But then he had all the narcotics stuffed in his pillow. Okay. So anyway, they kicked him out the facility. She got angry, so she quit working there. Because how dare you kick my son out this facility? But he was very aggressive. He was very combative, okay? And the nurses and the staff was scared of him. So he was so angry about what had happened to him. He went to his grandmother's house because his mom would not let him stay with her. He went to his grandmother's house and he killed his grandmother. And people was like, oh my, oh my God. Like, that was so close. Like, that could have been one of us. I mean, the way they explained it to me, I didn't get down into the details, but I remember reading about it. I just didn't know this was the place that it came from. But these are the type of people I deal with all day and every day. So I have to be on my A game. And every day there's arguments, fights, and all this stuff going on. Okay. So there's this one resident, and I can't tell you guys his name, but he doesn't like black people, but he likes me. He said I'm okay. Okay. I say, you do know I am black, he calls people the N-word. But he doesn't call me that. He says I'm his friend. He even tell me stuff he wouldn't tell other people. I would always take him out so he can smoke. I would always give him his meds on time. And he tells me that I'm his friend. He got into it with a couple of other residents. I hadn't been there. I don't work the weekend. So this all happened when I wasn't there. So I was notified Monday night, and this troubles me. And I'm just going to tell you guys, he is a white guy, red hair. Oh my goodness. And when I say it's red, his nickname that they give him is Chucky, which I don't particularly care for stuff like that. And I don't laugh about it or anything, but I mean, it is red, and he's got blue eyes, and his hair is red. And it's naturally this color. It's like this strawberry red, not strawberry dirty red, just like a Chucky red, okay? And so everybody gets angry with me because they're like, why are you friends with him? Why do you like him? And I like him because you don't, he considered me a friend of his. He comes and gets me and say, hey, Sonny, tell him to give me my meds. And I said, I can't make that nurse do this, and I can't do that and stuff. Well, they took him off the other unit and put him on my unit because I get along with him. But just because I get along with him doesn't mean all the other nurses and the staff where the unit that I work on get along with him. So when I'm not there, he got in some trouble, you guys, just this last weekend. And they sent him to the behavior hospital. So some staff is saying, because he keeps saying the N-word, he just walk by you and start calling you these names. They're not skilled to deal with people with mental illness. Now, let me tell you, he has mental illness. And not just one, he takes lithium. Some people be like, I take this and I take that. And he'll let you know, I take lithium. I don't know. Is that like one of the top-notch mental drugs to give somebody? But for some reason, he lets you know that that's what he takes. Like, don't mess with me. He served 2 terms in the Vietnam War. So he did 2 tours. Also, he said he killed people because he had to. They was going to kill him. And he don't want to talk about it. He says he just don't want to talk about it. I'm telling you guys, this is our conversation when I'm out there watching him. And he wants me to come out there with him and sit. He said sometimes he gets lonely. He also told me that he was named after a dog. I'm not going to tell you his name, but it's very simple. Like, say, for instance, Tom or Bob or Billy or Spot. Let's say his name is Spot. Okay? Because he got named after a dog. It doesn't matter what all else he tells me. When he told me that he got named after a dog, I knew that he's very distressed with the mental situations that he has. You know what I'm saying? She said lithium is very strong. Yeah, I've never heard nobody else in the world ever be on lithium, but that's what he say he's on, and we give it to him. So anyway, he got in trouble over the weekend, you guys. And I do get connected to my residents and my patients, you know. And he tells everybody I'm his friend. Like I told him, I said, Spot, you do know I'm black. Why are you calling everybody the N-word? You do know I'm black. He says, it's okay. You're okay. So I think he's not really talking about a color or race. He's talking about, like, you make me mad, I'm just going to call you this name. You know what I'm saying? But people don't get it. They're like, I don't like him. I don't want him. So anyway, they kicked him out the facility over the weekend when I wasn't there. So my DON came, what was it, Monday night, about 4 o'clock in the morning, and said, hey, Sonny, Spot's not coming back. You guys, I had tears in my eyes. And I'm like, some of the staff is like, if he come back, the staff is saying, I quit. Because they're getting sick and tired of being called these names. But where can this person go? There's no other place that wants him. And do I think he's racist? No, I think he wants to be known as racist. I think sometimes some people just don't like some people, and they don't like certain people. If the majority of the staff is that color or race, you know, I have learned that, you know, that will make a person mad by just calling them that name. Let me put on my glasses. They're not equipped to work with mental patients because the facility at first was not a mental facility. It was a nursing home. But when COVID came, a lot of the people that had the, illnesses that was compromised, like pneumonia and infections and stuff, if they caught COVID, they died. So all that's left is these mental patients that smokes a lot of weed and, smoke a lot of fentanyl. People smoke fentanyl now and they lose their mind. And some of them don't know that, you remember when we were growing up, you guys, and weed was really bad. It was like weed is bad, like that's the worst thing you can do is smoke some weed. I mean, I'm just saying. Then, as we got older, they say, hey, if you smoke some cocaine or whatever, you can't get off of it. You just can't. You just can't. And there's a lot of people got on it and they just kept going and going and going and going and going and going and found out down the road you can. So now they got all kind of stuff, fentanyl and all kind of stuff that it's not that you can't get off of it, but it kills your brain cell. And by the time you're ready to get off of it, you don't even know how to tie your shoe. You're in and you're out. You're never going to be the same. It's like losing oxygen to the brain. Slowly. Not really slowly. Within a year, you'll be in a diaper. And they're just making the weed stronger. You know, like back then, you smoke a little pin joint, whatever. Now, they got blunt. It's like 7 times what you would, but they do it all day long. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you guys. So, back to Spot. We don't have the staff to understand mental illness is real. And if you really look around you, you be very, very careful. The reason why I'm telling you this is because what is right and what is wrong? Do you know Sigmund Freud? Now, we're back into my developmental psychology. One day class, I've learned Sigmund Freud thinks just because you think you're right, does it make you right or does it make you wrong? There's no wrong and there's no right. If a person's out of their mind and they see, sometimes I'll walk into a room and this is a lady and she's about our age. And some days she's there and then the next day she's talking about kids dying and you see a fire and why are you telling me this? And you don't see the people. I see the people. And I'm telling her, no, I don't see the people. And she's like, yeah, they right there. I have to pay attention. Soldier girl, you are smart. Only thinking it makes it so. There's more to what I'm trying to tell you guys if you get it or not understand. I know I talk about 5 or 6 different subjects at a time because my mind is ticking, clicking, and I got so much stuff going on. But if you can just understand what I'm saying, I'm telling you to be very careful because there's no place that they can put these people. There's no place that can keep them where the staff can be safe. So as long as they know their name or the date, they just out there. They got nowhere to go. So you're going to see a lot more killings, killing babies, killing family members and stuff. You're going to see a whole bunch of it. It's not going nowhere. I'm not saying give up. I'm just saying it's not. Hey, Kay, what's going on? Kay Solo. I'm not saying give up. I'm just saying be very careful with your friends and letting them know, because who you let come over to the house and how people, like if anybody come to my house, my neighbors are looking because I don't have company come to my house. You're not going to pull up to my house every day. You're just not. So they see your car at my house. They're wondering what's going on. They're watching and they're looking. So don't get comfortable with people because they're taking out the people that's close to them or people that want to help them. Sometimes they think they need it more than you need it. Or why do you have it and they don't? Most of the residents is our age. They're not above 60. I'm telling you guys. They be looking at me talking about, oh, you're young. I said, I'm the same age as you. No, I'm older than you. And you know what they say sometimes? I got this young lady last night. I talked to her for a whole hour. She said, she's 41, 42 years old. She says, I'm a loser. That's not saying I am one. She's saying she is one. She's a loser. She's saying she's a loser. That's quote. She says, I'm a loser. I said, why? She said, we're the same age and look where I'm at. And look where you're at. So anyway, I'm not going to act like the Lone Ranger and help somebody because they will come back and hurt you, but these places, I see why now that they need to, regardless how bad they are, because it's not a good situation. But this lady and these two kids that they found in the apartment probably is going to be, you know, homicide by suicide, homicide and suicide, whatever they call it, where you shoot everybody and kill yourself. Can't remember what they call it. And I've noticed something. I'm finna get off of here. It's 1 hour. I'm finna get off here and lay it down. Because, see, today I'm taking a break. I am washing a little bit of clothes and getting my house together because I ran all day and I got to take care of one more bill. But that's it. Once I take care of this bill, I go to work and I'm chilling. I'm good. But next week, it's going to be even harder. Because next week, I work 4 days. I work Sunday. I'm off Monday. Then I work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I normally don't work Thursday, but I'm working Thursday. Then I work Friday and Saturday at my other job. And then I'm off Sunday. And then I got to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then I got to work Thursday at my other job and Friday and Saturday. And then Sunday at my job. And then I will not be off again until Monday. But it's nevertheless what I'm saying to you guys. I'm saying this for a reason. You guys can pick it up, say, I'm crazy or whatever, but somebody will come in here and say, you were talking to me. Yeah, told you to be careful. Because these people are everywhere. And they look just like you and I look. They do. They don't look, they ain't got no third eye on top of their forehead. They ain't got, 2 nostrils or 3 nostrils or whatever. They ain't got big old bumps or zits on their face. They look just like you and I. Matter of fact, they got some really good looking men in there. I mean, one that is really, really attractive. When I say really, y'all, I be like, whoa. But if you ever worked at one of these facilities and see it from the inside instead of the outside, you'd be like, now, had he spoke to me outside and said, hey, can I get your number? I would have gave him my number. But now I see where he's at and what's going on. I mean, my. So you never know who you're dating and who you like. And some people be like, I just want somebody to love me. I just want a relationship. I just want this. I just be careful what you want. Sometimes you're good in your loneliness. It's best. I'm even speaking to myself sometimes. Be very careful. Very, very careful. Because it just takes, I've seen people switch from night and day in a matter, walk out of one room, come back, and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and we're running down the hall, and this person, we got to stop this person from going in anybody else's room, hurting them or hurting us or whatever. Yeah. Sometimes you got to take off and run. You'll see it. All right, Natasha. She said, I can't wait to get off at 11. I can't wait to get off at 6 in the morning. Anyway, you guys, this case kind of gave me the blues because I kind of felt like it was probably the woman took these kids out and herself, and I don't know why. Maybe she's the auntie and somebody wanted the kids, and I don't know. I guarantee you we'll hear from it. We have not heard nothing on the Cody Bixby case. We have not heard nothing on the Tyree Nichols case. The young lad that you guys see riding a skateboard. I just tell you guys, sometimes, anytime when you call me and you're telling me your problems, okay. If it ain't about death, guess what? It'll work itself out. It will work itself out. Death is something just we all have to go through it. You know what I'm saying? And there's no more time. So that's understandable. But because your car break down, that ain't no problem. Because your boyfriend ran away with the spoon, that ain't no problem. Your kids hollered at you. Go sit down somewhere. That's not a problem. Quit getting beside yourself. Because guess what? That's just life. You're going to go through life, Natasha, I got you down for 2. Thank you. She said she at work. I'm putting your name down right here, Natasha. I see you in the building. But when I get time, and you guys know I'm going to have some time, because I'm finna put some braids back in my hair, because it just seems like nobody's going to want to do my hair. I just don't have the time for it. But anyway, you guys, I'm going to get off of here. I'm still waiting on some more developing information on the cases that we have been watching and looking for. I just don't want to just be going up and down, up and down, up and down. I want some new information. And we're going to just keep on. We're on watch right now. We're on watch. We want to know if Corey's going to court. When is he going to court? And if he goes back to the jail instead of he's sitting in a hospital ordering steak and walking around. I guarantee you when you see Corey again, because his family is visiting him every day. And they get to sit and talk and chat, and they get to see him and everything. Just like he's on vacation. So they don't make us feel good, but it makes us stagnant right now because we're angry about that. And the chief of police down there in the Virginia area, he's on the other side of the water now with Chief Tabbitt, whatever his name is. Can't remember his name. Good looking chief, though. But anyway. She said free of charge braids. I wish I could come to Atlanta, girl, and get my hair done, because y'all be doing some stuff up there in Atlanta. But it's okay. I'll put something together. Hey, Amari, how you doing? I'm going to get off here, you guys. You guys have a good, today is Wednesday, so we'll get together. We'll get together on Friday. But I'll get me some rest Thursday. Once I get my rest, I'll be right back. All right? All right, you guys, just be safe. Please, please be careful. All right? Bye. Oh, let me give a shout out to Natasha, because that's my girl there.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you. how long a toddler has been missing in Savannah. And it feels so good, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh I knew it's you, yeah.